Hello friends, it's Armstrong here for Other Miniatures, and today, as you may kind of, summarize from what we have there, we're gonna be working on some little spaceships. So I have a couple of ideas, which I already make prototypes for. So let's just get started, without waiting. Let's start building stuff. So those gonna be heavy fighters, yeah. So multiple members of the crew and stuff like that. This one is, and they're gonna be only fitting one on each base. So this one is fairly easy, yeah. Just couple of those hexagons, and then what they're gonna do is add one in here, and it's actually easier to keep it kind of based when you keep everything on the table, even though this entire painting station is kind of covered with paint, so it isn't very even. It still helps. I have this painting station for almost 20 years now. It's still in one piece, but I think that it's gonna have to go at some stage. And then we are adding another wing on the other end of the hexagon, and I just glue it to the table. That's the problem. Oh, for the love of me. Just my luck today. I started making a video and straight away make a boo-boo. Yeah, so this one have already a piece of the table attached to it. But let's ignore it for now. And then we're gonna do exactly the same thing on the other side. Without getting glued in to the spaceship ourselves. So that's the basic shape, yeah, but obviously it's very flat, yeah, which kind of works for one thing, that doesn't work for the others. But let's start adding some extra shapes to it. So that's the original idea. I just started adding a extra. Oh, come on, it's already glued again. Oh, one of those days, guys. It's gonna be interesting. It's less of my fingers, more of the entire spaceship getting stuck onto the table. Yep, and there we go. That's our second part, and now we need a small size orb. It's gonna be sitting in here. So that's gonna be our, I don't know, steering, observation deck, maybe, hidden weapon platform. Yeah, although it already have 4 front-facing weapons. Oh, come on. Be nice to me, little orb. Hey, little orb, be nice to me. Okay. So there we go. That's the 2 of the first heavy fighter. Yeah. You can see it's a very easy, and let's just check. Definitely swooshable, yeah. So space worthy. Next one. This one is a little bit, requires a little bit of the belief in the process, yeah. So, or maybe I just gonna make something easier first. Let's just make something easier and not believe in the process. Just build a very simple spaceship, and then maybe the next one gonna be the one which we're gonna go believe in the process, yeah. So in here we're going again with the, well, not enough super glue apparently. That's the problem with the wood, yeah. It soaks up the super glue very, very quickly. So we have the one, and it just broke because there was not enough super glue. Let's just do this, and that's a super glue accelerator. Yeah, we're gonna try to do the other side. Come on. Okay. You see, today is not my day for making spaceships, apparently. I should be probably working on 40k or Necromunda. There we go. And then the next part of the spaceship required two nice-ish looking packs. And what we're gonna do, obviously this is gonna look horrible, but what we are doing is just put a little bit of super glue in here, and we're gonna be putting this inside, and we are doing the same on the other side. And we're putting this inside. So it does look like a proper pack, just spread a little bit. Let me try to clean up that little bit of extra super glue. Hopefully I don't gonna mess everything out. I could probably do it with the sandpaper. And then I decided to use the biggest orb that I have access to, yeah, to make the cockpit observation, whatever you want to call it, the area for the pilots or crew or whatever. Yeah, I like the circular shapes on the spaceships because no matter what you do, yeah, no matter how you paint it, no matter on what angle you're gonna do it later on, that circular shape gonna be reflecting light. Yeah, and that's the same with the Universal Gribbly. Universal Gribbly have 4 of those half orbs. Yeah, and it reflects light in every direction. So there we go. That's my 2 different shape of heavy fighters. Like I said, they're gonna come as 1 per base. So that's another 2 of those. And now let's go into the trust the process and hope for the best. So singular hexagon for the beginning. And then we are taking a couple of those tiny little packs. And that's gonna be interesting now. So this one, how do I attach it? Where there is that little slit, I'm just leaving it at the edge of the connection there. And that's one, yeah. Then we're gonna take 2 more of those. And we're gonna place them one on top, one on the bottom. Come on. One on top, just to the very front of the hexagon. And we're gonna put one on the bottom. So that kind of sort of works as our engine, I would say. Yeah, that would be the idea. Now we take another one. And we are just facing it forward. And we take another one. That's kind of crooked, but yeah, that's too late. and we're gonna be facing it backward. Yeah. So technically this positioning would be a nice kind of slick spaceship, but you know, when I say technically, it usually means that I didn't do it, and I didn't do it. So yeah, let's just go with another one. And that is roughly the shape of the spaceship. But again, we don't have anything circular, no orbs, nothing. So what we're gonna do, just slap one over here. Oh, come on, why did it flip? And now my fingers are glued together. Okay, and let's just give it the little spritz of super glue activator. And that's the, you know, like I said, trust the process ship. Yeah, as you can see, they are very asymmetrical, they look weird-ish. Yeah, but generally, you know, not a bad ship. So another two little buggers. Now I need to remember how I built this one because it was quite a weird ship. So just give me a moment. I'm looking at it right now. Okay, it was a very simple starter, and then we started messing about. So we have one of those. So you know, I was building those spaceships while at work, and I didn't document the first ones. So I'm just rebuilding them just by looking at what I have. Yeah, so we have one. I think that that's how I build it. Okay, and then I think that what I did, again, this is me more guessing than actually, because if I gonna want to do this, they know. Oh, sorry, just trying to get this prepared for gluing, and I think that was like this. So it might be more like this. Let me first go with the backwards going parts. You see, I'm getting older and I don't remember stuff that I did a couple of days ago. I'm working from home, so I have my hands free. So quite often I just craft some little stuff while working. Okay. And that's the bottom of it. And now I just have to figure out this entire hexagon. Okay. I think that the hexagon was basically here. And then we have the frontal cannon. That's how I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be rough recreation because again, I don't remember 100% how I did this originally, but it's gonna be good enough, or good enough, whichever you prefer. And now we'll just, oh, that makes the entire process so much faster. And now we need two little orbs because, like I said, We didn't add anything, Orby in there. So orb number 1 and orb number 2. It's very imperfect, but whatever. And then on this one, we're just gonna add those 2 little ones going backwards, just pushed under the orbs. Sorry. I just tend to work with everything closer to me, and then I always put the camera farther because it is in my face. I probably one day gonna need to learn how to make videography without making everything difficult to myself. That's not today though. That's not today. Just so you know. And voila, this one is finally done. Yeah, so that's another heavy fighter. You can technically flow those back and forwards. It could be one singular engine or double engines, whatever. It is a interesting shape, and you can see we have 2 of them. Yeah, so that's already what, 6. Next one, yeah, I have in here. You can see it's a repeat of the trust the process build, yeah, just flipped. So let's just get this one up and build it. So again, on the bottom you can see how it is built. Yeah, it is like this, holding the hexagon, and then we are going 1, 2, 3. So 1 is going forward. Yep. Then 1 is going to go backward. Well, it is all forward technically because that's going to be the front of the ship. And I just glue myself to it yet again. And then we're going to do the one going back. We didn't do the top and the bottom ones because obviously in this build they would be just a hindrance. Yeah, and then the next thing that I did was I just stuck 2 hexagons on top of each other because I felt like putting the orb on top of this directly wouldn't be working fine. And then I didn't took the smallest one, I took the medium size, so it is a little bit bigger than the previous one, and I just stuck it on top. Yeah, so this is our turret slash what do you call it, main deck, command deck. And then we need to build the turrets. So we just take 2. Oh, this one is bent, or is it just in my eyes? No, it isn't just in my eyes, but I can probably work with that. Yeah. I don't think that either of them is very good. Yeah, so you have one part of the turret. As you can see, those specs are fairly bad quality. I'm running short on the hexagons. I'm gonna need to resupply those, and probably some of those little pegs because they are running out quickly as well. And of course I was planning to try to not have all of my fingers glued together, but that plan didn't work out either way. So we have those 2, and now we just need to prepare a bar that they're gonna be sitting on. So I have one. And where are my nippers? Oh, sorry, I've been working on Warhammer and everything is everywhere. So there we go. That's one side prepared. Let's just give it a little bit of super glue, and then roughly I'm gonna prepare this longer than it have to be. We're gonna have to squeeze it for this one. And of course I just added more super glue to my fingers, because why wouldn't I ever? So now we are trying to squeeze that in a little bit more. I think that's gonna be fine. And now I don't really care about any kind of grooves or anything. I'm just gonna put the super glue on the bar. Yeah, and just place it on top. Hope for the best, expect the usual. All right, so that wasn't all that complicated, and we got ourselves 10 heavy fighters. Yeah, so 5 of each type, which makes them all together 10 heavy fighters. Now the only thing remain is to get them all painted. So I'm gonna be back after I have them primed. Okay, so the last step to finish this entire fleet is to get the globes in blue, and it's gonna be quite interesting because we're gonna have a pink and green poking through this color on each side. So yeah, this is gonna be quite interesting. Yeah, there we go. Okay guys, I gonna just go and paint them all off the screen, and we're gonna throw them on the spin table then. So here we go, it is done. We have 10 spaceships painting like a fever dream. But yeah, we have quite nice fleet of heavy fighters, and they are all fitting within the size restriction. They don't really fit on the spin table though. Yeah, but let me know what you think, and rate, comment, subscribe, and all of that shenanigans. And everyone have a great day and take care. Bye bye.